Hello guys, how are you? Today's video is about the second part of the reported speech. Questions, command, and request. Firstly, let's have a look on the first part as a quick revision. We talked about the usage of the reported speech and we said we use it to tell someone what another person has said. And we talked about the changed in tenses to go one step back and changed in time and places. Let's answer some examples. Rewrite the following sentence using the words in brackets. Number 1, Ella works in tourism. Use Tom said. The answer is Tom said that Ella worked in tourism. Of course, I can cancel that or you can write it. And we changed the tense from the present simple to be past simple. Number 2, I am painting now. Use she said. The answer is she said that she was painting then. Of course, we can write that or we can cancel it. And we changed I am painting present continuous to past continuous. And we changed now to then. Number 3, Ahmed played 3 games yesterday. Use mom said. The answer is mom said that Ahmed had played 3 games the day before. We changed the tense from the past simple to past perfect simple and yesterday to the day before. Okay guys, this is the new part 2, questions, command, and request. First of all, let's start with the questions. And of course, we know we have 2 questions or 2 kinds of questions. Yes or no questions and WH questions. Let's start with yes or no questions. Let's have a look on this example. Do you like my new trousers? Yes. Later on, she asked me if I liked her trousers. They were horrible. Again, do you like my new trousers? Yes. She asked me if I liked her trousers. They were horrible. Let's have a look on the change. Number 1, we're going to follow the same tense change rules to go one step back. Number 2, change the question form to a statement form. And of course, we're going to cancel the question mark. Number 4, use the verb ask to report questions. Number 5, use if or whether. We're going to use if or whether. Let's have a look on this example. Do you understand the lesson? The teacher asked. Do you understand the lesson? The teacher asked. This is yes or no question. Starts with the do. The answer will be the teacher asked if or whether we understood the lesson. We're going to start with the teacher asked and we're going to use if or whether, one of them. And then we understood. We changed the tense from the present simple to the past simple. The next kind of questions, WH questions. Okay, let's read this example together. When will Sally and Tom come for dinner? Peter asked me when you would come for dinner. When will Sally and Tom come for dinner? Peter asked me when you would come to dinner. Let's have a look on the change here. Number 1, we're going to follow the same tense change rules to go one step back. Number 2, change the question form to a statement form. And of course, we're going to cancel the question mark. Number 4, use the verb ask to report questions. And number 5, use the question word. Use the question word. It means we're going to use when, what, where, who, and so on. Let's have a look on this example. What time is the match? What time is the match? Ahmed asked. I want to start with the Ahmed asked. Ahmed asked what time the match was. Ahmed asked what time the match was. We changed the tense, it will be was. Next, we have the commands. We're going to follow these steps. To use tell, and then the object, and then we're going to use to plus the infinitive verb. Let's have a look on this example. Don't spend all your money, Dad said. Don't spend all your money, Dad said. I want to start with Dad said. I'm going to say, Dad said, I'm going to change it to Dad told. So, Dad told me not to spend all my money. Dad told me not to spend all my money. I used tell and changed it in the past, told, and then the object, me, and to plus the infinitive verb. The requests. If I want to ask someone to do something, we're going to follow these steps. Ask plus the object plus to plus the infinitive verb. For example, please come to the meeting, Anna said. Please come to the meeting, Anna said. Anne asked me to come to the meeting. We're going to use ask in the past. We're going to change it to asked. Anne asked me to come to the meeting. And of course, remember to cancel, please. Remember to cancel, please. Okay, time for some exercises. Open your pupil's book on page 99. Okay, exercise A. Take the second sentence in each pair if they are correct and correct the ones that are wrong. Number 1. What is the salary? He asked. He asked what the salary is. Look at the second sentence. Is it right or wrong? And why? It's wrong. Why? Because we're going to change is and put it in the past, was. What is the salary? He asked. He asked what the salary was. Number 2. We are making you redundant, John, they said. We are making you redundant, John, they said. They told they were making him redundant. Is it right or wrong? And why? Wrong. The right answer or the correct answer, they told John they were making him redundant. To use told and the object and then write the rest of the sentence. Number 3. Don't write the article, she said. She didn't tell me to write the article. Look at this sentence. Is it right or wrong? wrong. Why? The correct one, she told me not to write the article. She told me not to write the article. We're going to use told, object, to plus the infinitive verb. Number 4. How far did the drivers go? He asked. How far did the drivers go? He asked. He asked me if the drivers went far. Look at this sentence. Is it right or wrong? Wrong. Why? The right one is, he asked me how far the drivers had gone. He asked me how far the drivers had gone. Okay, and which kind of questions is this? WH questions. We choose the, or we wrote the question word first. Number 5. Where did I leave my notes? She asked. She asked me where she had left her notes. Where did I leave my notes? She asked. She asked me where she had left her notes. Is that sentence right or wrong? This one is correct. Let's open our grammar book. Exercise 2, page 111. 111. Number 1. Sandra asked if I lived or did I live in the city center. Which one is right? The answer is if I lived. Why? Because this kind of questions, yes or no questions, we're going to use if or whether. Number 2, my brother asked me whether I had eaten or did I eat whole pizza the night before. The answer is whether I had eaten. Whether I had eaten, because which kind of questions is this? Yes or no questions. Number 3, the receptionist asked were we going to check out or if we were going to check out that morning. Okay, the answer will be if we were going to check out. Why? Because this is a yes or no question. That's why we used if. Number 4, Angela asked the history teacher, does she have to, or whether she had to, learn the text off by heart? Whether she had to. Angela asked the history teacher whether she had to learn the text off by heart. Why did you choose whether she had to? Because this is yes or no question. Number 5, William asked, if I was studying, have I been studying botany for long? The answer is if I was studying. Why? Because this is a yes or no question and I started with if. Tony asked whether if he could write about wildlife for his school project. The answer is he could write. Of course, I can't choose if he could write because I have whether. And we said we're going to use whether or if. So the answer will be Tony asked whether he could write about wildlife for his school project. The next one, the teacher asked us if we had finished, whether we have finished the test. The answer is we had finished. Why? Because I have already if, so don't use whether. We're going to use one of them, if or whether. The next one, Mom asked me if I liked or do I like her new dress. Mom asked me if I liked her new dress because this is a yes or no question and we asked if. We used if. Exercise 5, page 114. Choose the correct answer. Number 1. Ben asked me whether to school that morning. A. I could drive him. B. To drive him. C. Please drive him. The answer is letter A. I could drive him. Ben asked me whether I could drive him to school that morning. Number 2. I asked my swimming instructor last year's record. A. If it had broken. B. Who had broken. C. To have broken. The answer is who had broken. Why did you choose this? Because this is a WH question and we are going to use the question word who. Number 3. Gamila told me an application letter to the advertising company. A. Whether to not send. B. Don't send. C. Not to send. The answer is not to send. Why? Because I used to and then the object and to plus the infinitive verb. Number 4. My manager asked me the presentation by the following week. A. To finish. B. If I can finish. C. Finish. The answer is to finish. My manager asked me to finish the presentation by the following week. This is a command. That's why I used ask and object to plus infinitive. Number 5. Hannah asked her husband, so many bags in the kitchen. A. Why there were. B. If there are. C. Why were there. The answer is why there were. I chose why there were because this is a WH question. The next one, Elisa asked our homework the following morning. A. To hand in. B. Whether we had to hand in. C. Do we have to hand in? The answer is to hand in. Elisa asked to hand in our homework the following morning. The next one, the twins asked their parents their room that morning. A. If they had to tidy. B. Whether they have to tidy. C. Do we have to tidy? The answer is if they had to tidy because this is a yes or no question. That's why I used if. The next one, the policeman told the cyclist in the cycling lane. A. Stay. B. Don't stay. C. To stay. The answer is to stay. Okay. Your homework, guys, booklet page 34 and 35. You have to answer it. Don't forget. And thank you.